Hey guys, looking for new single-player games? Then you're in the right video. We've started the list with Death Stranding 2 on the beach, the highly anticipated sequel to Hideo Kojima's acclaimed game. The game promises to deliver an even more immersive and thought-provoking experience. While many details are still shrouded in mystery, the game promises to continue the story of Sam Bridges, the protagonist of the first title, as he explores new locations and faces even stranger and more complex challenges. Hideo Kojima has already mentioned that the sequel will be even weirder than the first game, suggesting an evolution in the narrative and gameplay mechanics.
Helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid that Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger. Still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own. Especially within...
About everything.
Next on the list is The Witcher 4, the next chapter in the action RPG series developed by CD Projekt Red. The story will not have Geralt of Rivia as the protagonist, but he will be present in some way. The game director, Sebastian Kalemba, confirmed that Ciri will be the new protagonist, taking on the role that was Geralt's in the previous 3 games. The game is being built with Unreal Engine 5, which promises high-quality graphics and an immersive game world. CD Projekt Red has partnered with Epic Games to use Unreal Engine 5 not only in The Witcher 4, but also in other future projects.
It's all we wanted. For her to go to the woods. To go to the gods.
Gods? There are no gods here. There are only monsters.
Mafia, The Old Country, is a third-person action-adventure game set in the brutal underworld of Sicily in the early 20th century. The game is a prequel to the Mafia series and tells the story of Enzo Favara, a young man trying to prove his worth to the Cosa Nostra. The game takes place in a time when violence and betrayal were commonplace, and Enzo must fight to survive and rise through the ranks of the Mafia. The game will maintain the third-person perspective, focusing on combat with knives and a variety of authentic firearms from the era. It will also be possible to ride horses and drive vintage cars, with realistic physics and handling.
My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath. Welcome, Enzo.
It's cold. You sure you don't want to do this when the sun's out? And it's warmer?
No.
Originally released for PlayStation 4 on June 19, 2020, The Last of Us Part 2 is scheduled to arrive on PC on April 3, 2025, in a remastered version. Players need to use limited resources wisely and make tough decisions to survive encounters with hostile humans and infected creatures. The game also features enhanced mechanics compared to the first game, such as greater mobility and new combat options. The remastered version for PC will bring graphical and performance improvements, taking advantage of the power of modern computers.
You good? Yeah.
Game of Thrones Kingsroad is a new open-world action RPG set in the universe of Westeros, based on the famous book series and TV series. The game takes place during the 4th season of Game of Thrones, allowing players to relive iconic moments from the series. Players will be able to explore the world of Westeros, interacting with familiar characters like Jon Snow and facing creatures like the White Walkers and giants. Players can choose from 3 distinct classes: Knight, Mercenary, and Assassin, each with its own unique abilities and playstyles. The classes offer different approaches to combat and exploration, allowing players to choose the one that best suits their playstyle. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound is a highly anticipated 2D action platformer that promises to revive the iconic Ninja Gaiden franchise with a modern twist. Announced during the Game Awards 2024, the game is being developed by The Game Kitchen, the studio responsible for the acclaimed Blasphemous. The game combines classic elements of the Ninja Gaiden series with innovations that bring it in line with the depth and combat systems of modern games. The promise is an experience that combines the best of two eras in an epic adventure. Okami 2 was officially announced by Capcom, marking the return of one of the most beloved franchises in gaming. The new chapter promises to expand the narrative and gameplay that made the first game so iconic. Capcom seems committed to bringing back the magic that made Okami a cult title, and the participation of members of the original team suggests that the essence of the game will be preserved. The return of Okami is not only a celebration of a classic, but also an opportunity for new generations of players to experience this masterpiece. Onimusha Way of the Sword is a new chapter in Capcom's acclaimed action-adventure series, promising to revive the iconic experience of the franchise after nearly 2 decades. Announced during the Game Awards 2024, the game is scheduled to be released in 2026. The game promises to bring back the classic gameplay that made the series famous, focusing on intense sword combat, exploration, and horror elements. The Onimusha series has always stood out for its innovative gameplay, which combined sword combat with supernatural powers. Way of the Sword promises to continue this tradition, offering a unique gaming experience. Project Robot is a highly anticipated game, especially because it is the new project of Fumito Ueda, the director behind acclaimed games like ICO, Shadow of the Colossus, and The Last Guardian. The announcement trailer for Project Robot shows an intriguing scene of someone climbing a giant robot, with a distorted voice counting down the time until a shockwave hits. This scene suggests a game with elements of action and exploration, focusing on a relationship between humans and robots in a possibly post-apocalyptic world. Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet is the newest game from renowned developer Naughty Dog, revealed during the Game Awards 2024. This game marks a new franchise for the studio, known for iconic titles like The Last of Us and Uncharted. It is an action-adventure game in a science fiction setting, very different from Naughty Dog's previous projects. After its reveal, the trailer received a variety of reactions, with many criticisms being directed at the project. However, expectations are high, especially considering Naughty Dog's history of creating engaging narratives and rich worlds to explore.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
The Outer Worlds 2 is the sequel to the first-person science fiction RPG developed by Obsidian, the same creators of Fallout New Vegas. The first game, released in 2019, won over many fans with its narrative, charismatic characters, and freedom of choice. The sequel promises to expand this universe even further. Unlike the first game, which took place in the Halcyon colony, The Outer Worlds 2 will take us to a new star system and introduce a new crew. The gameplay should follow the formula of the first game, with elements of first-person action RPG, allowing the player to explore vast landscapes, interact with characters, make decisions that affect the course of the story, and, of course, fight enemies with a variety of weapons and abilities. To finish, I bring you Turok Origins, a new game in the Turok franchise that promises to bring a new perspective to the classic dinosaur shooting game series. Unlike previous titles, Turok Origins is not a remake, but a new experience that promises to bring third-person gameplay. Players will be able to take on the role of the legendary Turok warriors, facing ferocious dinosaurs and an alien threat that seeks to eradicate human life in the galaxy. The game will also have a cooperative mode, allowing up to 3 players to play together in the main campaign, which can be a great way to have fun with friends or family. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.